Sure.
All right, and let's see. Let me check the soundboard.
Game 1.
Okay, good.
Did you get the? Don't play it. But did you get?
Oh.
You better get the right calculator.
Computer sound.
I did not grab that.
Okay,
Good
it's in the
call.
computer folder.
Right. That yeah. Grabbing it now.
Cool. Excuse me.
Computers. Is this it?
Don't play it.
No, I'm April 12th. Okay, yeah.
I mean, you should be able to tell by the title.
Yes. Okay, that's downloading. Okay, download complete. Let's see here. Sorry, guys, just getting it loaded up here.
Sure.
Okay, and then where's my downloads folder? There it is. Is this it? Yes. So we'll load that and that. Okay. Sweet.
What did we settle on for the order? Just so I'm aware.
Jesse, David, me, you, request.
Wait, can we switch that so maybe it goes like you it's not back me to me leading segments?
Sure.
Since I'm doing the request.
Yeah. We'll go Jesse, David, you, me, request.
Sounds great.
All right. So on that note, who's ready to start the show?
I am.
Could be convinced to start the show. Let me give that some thought. I need another beer before we start the show.
I got a new water bottle. Slapped a GTT sticker on it.
Nice.
It's very fun. Let me see if I can. Nope, that didn't do anything. Trying to adjust it so you can see it while I drink from it. I'm getting all wet for you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. If I do it there. I swear to God, it just keeps going back in the same spot because I'm stupid. Okay. Okay, so let's try putting it on here, maybe. Oh, am I dumb? Oh boy. Fuck it.
Oh, cool. It's got the sticker on
it. All right, John, you ready?
Absolutely.
Jesse, you ready?
Yeah.
David, you ready?
What? Speak up, huh?
All right, I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and again,
John, you're breaking up real bad.
cool. Hold on. Fuck. Sorry, I'm connected to my the wrong internet thing. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, God. Whoa.
There we go.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Johns.
Okay, so I'm back, right?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get that fucking new internet service tweaked. I gotta move that router into the living room and the range extender out of the living room. It's not working for this show. That's
No.
Oh boy.
John, you broke up again. Uh-oh.
Wait, you're back. Nope, you're gone. You're back?
Oh no, not again.
I'm back. Says I'm back. You guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, touch your nose as soon as I finish saying this sentence. All right, good. Sounds like we're in sync. All right. Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and we are back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune is in the house for episode 285. And oh my goodness, guys, we've got a fantastic show coming for you tonight. If you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, what we're going to do is listen to some video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games with the songs and a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off and have a ton of fun. And the winner at the end of the night plays some bonus tunes and picks the theme for the next episode. And our winner last week was me. Youthful, vibrant, happy me. And the theme I chose for this week's episode was old. OLD, old, baby. Just a theme that I don't think we've done before. I don't think that we don't like to use the word old on this show. As 4 men at the midlife crisis phase, or the eligible midlife crisis age. We don't like using the word old, but we're using it tonight. The theme is old. We're talking games with old characters or just straight up old games. And do with that what you will. I mean, it really is going to raise the question, what do we consider an old game? Johnny, what's your cutoff for an old game these days?
Anything from I consider anything from before like maybe 2008 to be old.
Damn. That's a way
good.
That's a way more recent cutoff than I expected. Shit. Yeah. I was thinking like 30 years.
It does make me super sad when I look at like websites talking about retro gaming and they bring up the Wii. And I was like, whoa. Like, slow down a second.
Yeah, hold on. I mean, is that how long it takes for something to become retro? Just like 2 console generations? I mean,
Yeah, I think that's
serious.
true.
Fuck that. That's nonsense. I wasn't sitting there playing my GameCube and thinking about how my SNES was retro. It was just that thing I had gotten rid of in favor of the GameCube. I don't know, man. It's going to be some real philosophical debates going on tonight's show. Or it's going to be games with old characters. I mean, these old guys, they need love too, man. I guess there are some games out there that feature old people. I don't know. They, feel like they're usually comedically old or feeble or evil. Old people aren't typically just in games and good. So we'll see what we've got on tonight's show. It's gonna be a fun one. Gonna be talking old stuff, going old school. I like it. You guys don't seem to have much retort. That's what I get for picking a really straightforward theme. There's none of that clarifying anything.
Well, you just kept talking. We're not going to talk over you. We're being
interrupt you,
polite. Yeah. Hey,
It's
fuck
all right.
you, John. I want to talk about old shit too. Remember,
Jesse, it's a
fucking
podcast.
Tops?
We banter
Remember
and talk
Tops?
over each other.
Remember
Come on.
Tops? No, I want to talk about fucking Tops. Those are old. You fucking spin them and fucking throw some marbles.
Enough
at
of
that
Top
shit.
Talk. When are we gonna get to motherfucking Jacks?
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
Jacks. We got Jacks and hopscotch. We got some fucking.
We might have some
Jump
Jacks
Rope.
on tonight's show.
We got
Oh,
the
we're
music
jacking it. We're jacking it
Jacks.
good.
We got.
Yeah.
I brought that paddle with the ball on the string. That's my game for this
Yeah,
evening.
there we go. There we go.
You saw Jackass
I'll tell you
Forever and you
guys.
got inspired to bring the pedal ball?
Yes.
Oh
Tell you
man, that
guys,
was
I'm
awesome.
gonna go out and kick the can.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Here
Grim
goes
brings
David.
up hoop stick.
I was gonna say, or
Yeah.
the hoop with the stick.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love
Hoop
it, man.
Stick. That's my favorite band. That's kind of like Incubus. Hoop
Hoop
Stick.
Stick.
Hoop stick.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jesse. So yeah, there will be no hoop stick on this game on this episode, but there will be good music.
God, what's that song they sing?
Yeah, they found a reason for me to change who I used to be. That's the one you're thinking of.
Yes.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great show. We got 5 fantastic games. We've got a great fan request, and we just got to jump right into it before we throw our fucking backs and our hips and stuff out there, Johnny. So let's hop on our rascal and fold up our walkers and just start slowly making our way to game 1.
Oh, I was
Game
confusing
1.
Razor with Rascal. I was like,
Oh,
wait a
yeah.
minute, those scooters are like what?
Those rascally razors.
Game 1.
It was still valid, John. It doesn't need a second press or a third.
Game 1.
Game
wouldn't.
1.
All right. This game features 5 playable characters. These playable characters are a bounty hunter, a pig man, a werewolf, a tracker, and a priest. All right.
Forgot I was supposed to be answering.
How y'all feeling, partners?
Ooh, real
I'm
good now.
feeling great, especially after the first song.
I'm not feeling so good on that hint. This didn't sound like Eddie Kingston's music, Jesse, but
Oh, God. I wish he was in this game.
yeah,
All right. Let's see what you got.
be in every game. Partner.
Oh man, David has drawn a geriatric penis with a little walker. It even has little tennis balls on the bottom, and he's wearing a hat. That's incredible.
These old
fucking
balls.
dick. Man, that's so good.
I tried to make it look like one of those plaid hats, but you know.
Yeah. And Johnny and John have the correct answer with Weird West. So this is Weird West, which takes place in the Old West.
What?
Yep. The Old
Is that
West.
your qualifier?
Yes.
God.
Oh, I get it.
It's old.
Yeah.
That West, it's old.
What's older
I don't
than
know,
the Old West? Nothing.
The 1800s seem pretty old to me. I think that's past Johnny's cutoff.
Mhm.
What's older than the Old West? The East Coast.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's valid. In my rambling on the theme, I did say old games, old characters, but I didn't say old settings. And No, that's valid. I mean, if it's a setting and literally old is in the name, yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue it.
I mean, there's plenty of old characters in the game too.
Sure, it's weird.
Yeah,
that's why
very
it's so
weird.
weird. It's because there's so many old people.
Yeah. Yeah, because back then you'd get sick real easy and didn't get old, so it's weird that there's old people.
So,
no, this.
I'm sorry, but the history nerd in me has to jump in for a second. That's actually a misconception. The reason that the life expectancy was so low in older times, it was the average life expectancy, and it wasn't that everybody was dying at 35. It was just there were so many infant deaths and young children that it kind of averaged out to 35. Like, people still lived into their 60s back in that time.
I was also thinking about how, they probably didn't report every death because everyone lived fucking nowhere near everybody. So, like, how are you, like, why would you even care? You're like, 10 people died in that town that I've never heard of. Okay, cool. How's that going to affect me?
Statistics still matter, Jesse.
Am I eating today? That's what I want to know.
I just found out about it 3 weeks later because that's when the mail was finally delivered.
Yeah. So Weird West is very weird. Very West.
How many babies die in Weird West there, Jesse?
It's funny you say that, John.
Oh God,
it's not quite a baby, but the game literally opens up with
Anakin Skywalker.
No, well, you start off as this lady, and you hear commotion outside, and you go outside and see your son get gunned down, and they leave. And like your son's like, like fucking 8 or something. So it's like really fucked up. And so not quite a baby, but it was her baby. And they kidnapped her husband. And so the thing is that she used to be a bounty hunter. So she needs to go get her shovel to dig up her irons. Once you find the shovel, you also can go and bury your son, which is,
harrowing,
a thing you can do. In fact, as long as you have a shovel, you can bury anybody in the game that's dead, which is kind of cool. Even animals.
You had to say that's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Also, you can dig up graves, which I didn't realize is frowned upon until I did it near, which I guess it should be. I should have thought, grave robbing is frowned upon, but
I was going to say, you mean in general or in this game?
In this game, and I guess in general as well.
Yeah, no, in general, very frowned upon. Highly frowned upon desecrating graves.
But like that's the thing. It's like this game's kind of like immersive. Like people are walking around. So like if they see you digging up a grave, they're like, "Hey, that person's digging up a grave. You should tell someone." And
maybe I mean that would be kind of funny if the weird aspect of this Weird West was that it wasn't weird for you to dig up a grave. Like, there goes Jesse's. Exhuming another body. I bet you there's some silver in there or something. All right, well,
I mean, I've found some stuff. There's sometimes you get quests from an undertaker in town, and their quest is like, "Hey, I accidentally buried something with this dude. Could you go dig it up for me? And I'll give you 100 gold." And it's like, okay, yeah. But then when you turn in the quest, your reputation drops, and I'm like, I guess digging up people is not a cool thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, also the Undertaker should have done it. He can admit when he made a mistake. Oops, I left my car keys
to uphold.
I
left my stagecoach keys inside that coffin. I need to go dig it back up.
Now, Jesse, this game is called Weird West. Is it related to the Weird West genre?
So actually, this dude Tony Wilson, he does these videos called Framework. He did a video about the comic book connections to this game and about like the weird Western comics and stuff.
Real quick, guys, we're just moving right past. Like, you're all just assuming we all know what Weird West is. I've never heard of this. What is the Weird West?
I'm about to get into it. That's literally what I'm talking about right now, John.
Before Jesse gets to it, I'm going to guess that it's Westerns, but they're weird. That's what I'm guessing, John, but I'll let Jesse say it.
Like, I'm literally explaining, and Johnny's like, "Are you going to tell us what this is?" And it's like, "That's what I'm doing." You know how the show works. Anyways, so Johnny So this is what Weird Western is.
This part's for you, John.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you
Pay
listening?
attention.
Should I pay attention
Take
to this
notes.
part?
Yeah. Take notes.
Okay.
So like basically it's like cowboy stuff, but with like supernatural stuff too. So it's like ghosts and like zombies and werewolves and like people doing like voodoo and other kinds of like weird magic and like cults and all with like like snakes in your boot and cowboy hats and wrangling up a posse and it's like Jonah Hex is a famous like DC guy who came from Weird Westerns. And that's why when like half the time I'm playing this game, I'm like, man, I think David would probably like this game. Like, I feel like he likes the Weird Westerns.
I do. And as you were talking about, I was like, wait, I just want to make sure that it's actually like a Weird Western, because then I would play it. Like, I did literally just buy the trade paperback for Mutant Texas. Like, I do enjoy Weird Westerns.
Yeah.
So, like, hell yeah, I'd be into this game.
Like, it starts off a little, like, light on the weird at first. Like, it kind of, like, eases you into it. Like, eventually you start, I found this like statue that started talking to me, and he's like, "Hey, someone put a curse on me and turned me into this thing. Could you take me to some priests and like help me?" And so you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is getting weird." And then just more and more weird stuff and it's broken up into 5 stories. So like the first story you play as this bounty hunter lady. The second story you play as a pig man. So
Cool.
like immediately you're like, okay. And I guess there's like a witch or something who like kidnaps people and turns them into pigmen. And then the pigmen go out and capture more people to make more pigmen.
Okay.
And so like, it's like whenever you're a pigman, you have to play the game completely different than you were as you were the bounty hunter, because like, the bounty hunter could just show up in town and, okay, I'm going to go shop at the general store.
Oh, but you're a hideous pig man. You can't be seen in public.
Yeah,
That's so sad.
And like the sheriff comes up and he's like, look, it's real cool that you're being nice and friendly and talking and stuff, but these people, that live in this town are going to freak the fuck out. So you need to leave, or I'm going to go, find some buddies and we're going to go find you. So just,
we don't take kindly to your kind.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us do, but we don't take kindly to their kind.
The like third story, you're like a tracker, and you're like trying to track down the Wendigo, which sounds awesome. Then the fourth story, you're a werewolf, which the fun thing about the werewolves is they're all like super Christians, and like the thing is
that sounds fun.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though. The reason they're werewolves is because, like, people have like some terminal diseases, and they figured out that if you just turn them into a werewolf, then the disease goes away. And so they're like, look, you can either die of this like weird, like sand cancer, or we can fucking turn you into a werewolf. And it's like,
I don't hear
werewolves for Jesus.
Yeah, no, I don't hear a downside to that, really, unless you have some moral obligation to becoming a werewolf. Like, is there really a paradox in being a werewolf? It's not like vampires where they live forever and they get tired of living. Like, is it that they turn into werewolves and, I mean, they're Christians and they don't like killing people? Because that doesn't really track either. Christians love killing people.
Well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. But
he's out of line, but he's right.
Just trying to figure out where the issue is. Like, oh yeah, cool. Everybody should be a werewolf then. If like being a werewolf prevents you from getting cancer, like fucking sign me right up.
But it's a.
I'll take full moons off from work. It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's a neat game. The settings were cool.
Work by Zoom during full moons.
Yeah,
I think you mean work by Zoom.
No, I don't, John. Don't do it. Don't hit that sound for yourself. Don't do it.
What does that mean? Did I know something?
I love the idea.
You know how werewolves and wolves famously.
When
they see the moon, they say Zoom.
No, they don't say
the
Zoom.
thing that happens.
I love the idea of logging into Zoom. It's like, oh wait, John's on. Let me check his camera, and it's just a picture of like a dog napping on the sofa.
Right.
God damn it.
Yeah, John, you got some kind of filter? No, man, I'm home with werewolfism. I don't know how to change this. Oh God. So and I'm sorry, Jesse, I didn't mean to talk over. What's the last segment of the game besides Christmas?
You're like a priest lady for this cult.
Oh, okay.
And so
Cool.
like they all kind of like tie into each other, like the stories. It's kind of like it reminds me of like Saga Frontier. Like you get to play like these, but you have to do them in order. You can't like pick, which one or the other. But it's still cool that it's like 5 little RPGs in one game. Like that's a neat like anthology game. That's a neat idea.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's like because like that's how the weird Western comics were too. It'd be like not the same characters every issue. It'd just be like, here's a bunch of weird shit that happened in the Wild West. This fucking like snake lady was like using snakes as guns, and then werewolves showed up.
And so like the stories, they don't really like intersect, or do they?
No, they kind of do.
They come together at the end or something, or
and also like the stuff you do can like affect the other stories. Like if you kill like a certain like NPC, then in the future, stories that dude's still fucking dead.
Sweet.
So if you kill an NPC in the beginning, do you get extra gold for digging them up later?
Maybe.
It's a good economy in the game. You kill all the NPCs and then you dig them up later on in the game.
Yeah. And there's like so many different there's so many different ways you can like go about doing things in the game. Like you don't have to just run in town blazing your guns and stuff. You can try to, talk people out of stuff or like sneak around, be stealthy. There's a lot of Metal Gear-y type of stuff too. Because you can like, be sneaky and like pick up stuff and like throw like to make sounds to like, distract people and
love it.
And also like all like the stuff in the game interacts with each other. So like sometimes you'll find some like bandits that are trying to like, take you out, and wolves show up and attack the bandits, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. So now they're fighting the wolves and everybody's happy, so and then sometimes if there's like a rabbit, the wolf will go chase after the rabbits and stuff, it's very cool. It's like very immersive, I would say.
I like it. You got a favorite of the 5 stories, or how far are you in the game?
I'm still going through the first one.
Okay. Word.
But I've been reading up on it because it's like the only other game that can pull me away from Elden Ring right now.
Sweet. Yeah,
it's really good.
Love a game like that. Cool. Well, yeah, man. I dig it. I know it's Game Pass. You don't need to say that. Is it available on a system that I have?
It might be. I think so. It should be on some other stuff.
Cool. Just checking because sounds fun, man. I like. It's
cool.
Wacky. I was gonna say wacky. No, it's not wacky. It's weird. It's right there in the title.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, weird game set in the West. Yeah,
my pistol can shoot lightning bullets now.
Now we're talking.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
These are the details I need. That is wet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say wild again. No, the word is weird.
If
want to say wild or wacky? No, it's weird West.
If someone is wet, because like it'll rain and stuff in the game,
wet
and there's
West.
puddles. Yeah, if someone is wet and they get shot with lightning damage, does more damage.
Yeah,
fucks them up. So it has like stuff like that. There's like you can put oil on the ground and light it on fire. You can like throw lamps onto the ground. And, so there's like a lot of cool stuff. You can recruit people in bars, and then they'll like fight with you until they get killed, like they do working for me. And then you can bury their bodies and then roll some like messed up thing.
I dig it, man. Yeah,
play poker. There's a poker mini game. It's not. That's probably the weakest part of the game is the poker mini game because it's just like you get one card and it's like is your card going to be higher or lower than their card, and that's it.
Okay, so that's not poker.
No.
I was going to say it's not really poker. It's just high card, low card.
Yeah.
That's not poker.
No. It's not.
Well, sorry, Johnny. Yeah. I don't know what they've been telling you, but you haven't been playing poker.
It's some kind of weird poker, I guess.
I better cancel that gambling cruise.
Yeah.
Card sharks, yes. Okay, now I'm back in.
God, yeah. The Weird West should have its own version of Card Sharks. That would be pretty good. Just any saloon you walk into, there's a guy with a big board there. Like, what do you think, man? Higher or lower than 7? Like,
well, I mean, if it's Weird West, then the person hosting it in the saloon is an actual shark.
Oh, even
That's
better.
true.
Yeah, it's the Suicide Squad shark.
I was thinking
Okay.
Jabberjaw.
I'm not thinking of that, John.
Jabberjaw. Oh, that's a good throwback.
Is it
All right,
higher or lower than a 7? Yeah.
That's a question for our fucking listeners. If you're thinking there's a shark hosting,
Jabberjaw is.
if you're thinking there's a shark hosting Card Sharks, is it Jabberjaw or is it the one from the Suicide Squad? We need to know.
Yeah, who's your dream shark casting?
Exactly. Oh, God. Yeah.
One last thing before, because I remember that cool thing about this game is some of the characters will hold grudges against you. So you can do bounties as a bounty hunter. And so there's a particular gang that I keep fucking with, the Stillwater gang. And occasionally I'll show up in towns, and then someone from the Stillwater gang will be there and be like, "We found her, fellers. Let's string her up." And then I have to fight them off because I've been fucking with their town or their gang so much. So there's cool people remember who you are, and if you are fucking with their family, they're gonna take you out.
I like it.
It's a really, really cool game.
Yeah, no, sounds detailed.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. I'm into it. I like the weirdness. I like the oldness, and it sounds fun, man. I think it might be worth checking out. So nothing else then on the Weird West?
No.
And again, which of these other words would you say applies most to Weird West? Wild, wacky, or wet?
Ooh. Probably if I had to rank them, wild, then wet, then wacky.
I like it wet and wild, and I like to get wacky with it. So yeah, if we can do all these things, this game might be a home run, baby. Hell yeah. Johnny, let's keep going.
Game 2.
All right. So trivia for this game. Sorry, I lost it. Okay, trivia for this game. Some copies of this game have a hidden Famicom to NES adapter inside of them, which is present only because the publisher was rushing to release the game on time and chose to simply put the Famicom version of the game inside of an NES shell. This explains why some copies of the game show an alternate title than what is on the game pack. Does anyone need a second piece of trivia?
No, I am good. I'm feeling pretty confident.
Okay. I prepared a second piece that is John Harrington style trivia, if anyone wants.
What does that mean?
Right? Yeah, I just want to hear it because
Now I
gotta
wanna know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
You're gonna say
game
some bad
is
words.
one of 2 titles to utilize what peripheral?
Ah.
Ask that trivia question like it's a bad thing to every now and then ask a trivia question as your trivia hint. What's wrong with you, David?
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I was just saying
That would have been a really good fucking trivia hint.
This one gave it
Said
away.
you're
His
wrong.
trivia gave it away for me, honestly.
All
This
right,
one I
let's
know.
see some answers. So Jesse says Elden Ring, sadly incorrect. John Harrington says Gyro Meat, even sadlier incorrect. John Regan
Sadlier. I love
has the
Adam
correct
Sadlier.
answer. This is Gyromite.
I'm so sadly that John got it wrong.
I'm pretty sure I got it right.
Okay, fine. John got it right too. Play the 2
I knew
points
what
then.
I was talking about. I just want to see if you're going to pronounce the. I never thought about it, but could this be this game be pronounced the same way as the Greek folded sandwich?
A Euromite?
Gyromite?
Yeah, Euromeat.
I mean,
God,
possibly. I don't think so.
I'd go for a plate of that right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although technically, isn't gyro meat just like lamb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go for a whole fucking big pile of that, folded up in a pita with some yogurt sauce on it.
Mm.
Oh,
Sounds good.
tzatziki,
Yeah, oh man. Woo.
Mhm.
some
God.
falafel,
A little bit of
Yeah,
hot
oh,
sauce on
yeah.
there. Oh,
Every hot
Yeah.
sauce on a gyro?
tomato.
dude, try it.
Oh,
Try
No,
it.
I
yeah.
won't. No, ew. I like it as it comes, baby. I'm not pouring hot sauce on something that already had tzatziki on it. Like, what are you, mad?
Oh,
I put hot sauce on many things, but I'm not putting fucking hot sauce on a fucking gyro. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's
Oh
what
my
they call
God.
Baltimore style.
Yeah. Yeah. God. Just wanna,
I thought that
wanna
involved
ruin
meth.
this fucking gyro.
Anyway, Gyromite.
No, let's keep talking about penis
so
and penis sandwiches.
how many gyros does Rob make while
Gyros!
he plays the game?
What are we dreaming of sushi here, John? What
Opa.
pronunciation was that?
So this game was developed by a Eustace R. Dewo.
You better check Greek Town for this one, baby. Okay, yeah, no,
Get
we
some
can
of
move
those
on.
gyros.
Yeah, fucking yeah, Chief Piggum over here. So anyway, yeah, Johnny's fucking Greek Town aside. So David, I have a confession. I don't know what this fucking game is, and it's been so long, and I feel bad asking, but like, this is a launch title for the NES, and I have no fucking idea. I've never laid eyes on this game. I know like it's played with the robot or whatever, so I have that excuse, but like, I don't know what this is, and it's like I just. It's something I've never laid eyes upon this game. I don't know what it's about.
So
Like, I feel bad because it's a piece of NES history, but I seriously don't know what Gyromite is.
So this is one of 2 games that utilize the Rob peripheral. It was Gyromite and Stack Up. And of the 2, Gyromite was the better game. Because Stack Up, you basically had these little blocks and you had to program Rob to move the blocks into a set pattern and then push start when you did it. And the goal was to do it in as few patterns. But the thing is, the game couldn't recognize how many moves you did. So you could have literally just like pushed start continually and aced every single puzzle. Gyromite, however, was an actual game. And I went with Gyromite because this fits the theme twofold. This was an NES launch title. This is one of the oldest NES games made. And you play as a character named Professor Hector, who is an old scientist exploring his lab. So, there's a lot of old going on in this game.
Yeah, double-layered old on this one. Well done, David. See, I didn't know that. I just thought you went with it because it's the oldest possible NES game.
This game, it's I'm trying to think of like what the descriptor is, because it's not a maze game like Pac-Man, but it is one of those like single screen arcade games like Bubble Bobble or Donkey Kong. Like it's not really a platformer, but it's not really a maze game. Like
clearing boards.
Yeah, it's an arcade game, I guess.
Right.
So basically you're this Professor Hector and your lab has been invaded with dragons and there's dynamite everywhere.
Whoa.
We've all been there.
And that sounds so much cooler than it actually is in the game. You have to go.
Somehow it's up to your slow-moving robot friend to help.
Well, you have to go through your lab and collect all the dynamite, and you have to avoid the dragons. But there's these giant, like, screw columns that block your pattern. I know.
Say again?
That's my middle name.
I know, but that's like literally what they are. They're just giant columns that like screw down and up.
Yeah, I do.
So the only way to
I'm
get
sorry,
past
Dave.
those...
I spaced out here for a second. You've begun describing yourself instead of this game. What are we talking about here?
No. It's still the game.
Okay.
So
and one of your many nicknames.
The only way to move them is with the second player controller, and that's where Rob comes in. Because Rob has a spinning gyro that he will drop on a button to either raise or lower the screw columns.
Can't you just press the button?
You can.
No,
okay, good.
Like, why has he got to drop stuff on your controller to use it? Couldn't he just press it?
It's totally possible to play this game by yourself with two controllers, and I actually recommend it that way because the robot moves so fucking slowly.
Right, and so he presses the buttons by dropping something on them. So does the button need to remain pressed in order to screw the column down and like continue, or is it just literally like tap?
No, it's a tap of the button and then it pushes down, and then a tap of the other button to raise it up.
Oh my god, yeah! So you could literally be playing this NES controller in hand, and then have a second NES controller in front of you and just fucking tap it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a way you can like soup up the robot just to make it play faster?
That's true. Can you, can you supercharge that robot a little bit? Give it a little bit of Tim Allen power?
Oh wait, what am I
doing?
No, there's not. It moves at blindingly slow speeds.
Okay, guys,
did you make a sandwich?
Brief sidebar. Is it or is it not a fucking miracle that Nintendo succeeded here? Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, see, the thing was they were trying to sell the NES as a toy. So it's like, here's the Zapper, here's Rob, here's all these peripherals.
Zapper's dope.
And then people played Super Mario Brothers and were like, yeah, fuck everything else.
Right. But occasionally mixed Duck Hunt in there. But like, no, this robot toy is idiotic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it strikes me as a bit of a miracle that Nintendo didn't put all their cards in the fucking Rob basket immediately and fucking go out of business.
It was a real gamble because this was right after that whole video game market crash. Like, video games are not cool.
Yeah.
And then they put out this fucking robot.
Like, they set a precedent for themselves by making weird peripherals that they only support like a few games.
2 games.
It's like this, the Super Scope was like 8 games or something.
Yeah, no, people forget that Nintendo is first and foremost a toy company, and like they're like, oh, I can't believe like the Wii didn't make more use of the Wii Zapper. I'm like, oh, first time dealing with Nintendo. Yeah. Like they fucking release shit and then don't do anything with it constantly.
Guys, remember the Power Pad?
Do I ever?
Oh, yeah.
I went to one world-class track meet. That was it.
But just
wasn't
to
gonna do fucking aerobics back in the day.
I bought that stupid fucking aerobics game just so that I could have another game for my Power Pad.
What? I'm sorry. How old were you when you bought aerobics for the NES and the Power Pad?
Like 12, maybe.
God, Johnny, you could be so in shape by now if you really stuck to your guns. Imagine you fucking working out, just stepping to the NES back when you were a fucking like pubescent boy. Oh, you could have been shredded, man. You could have been just laying pipe by the end of 8th grade.
Johnny, how did you get so buff?
Yeah.
Fucking aerobics on the NES.
A and B, baby. A and B. That's all it takes. All right, David, go for it.
No, I was just gonna like talk more about how this game sounds so cool on paper, but in practice, it's so not.
It doesn't sound that cool on paper either. I'm just going to be quite honest.
Well, I mean, you're collecting dynamite. There are dragons everywhere, and you play it with your robot friend.
Right.
That sounds awesome.
Some of the elements of that sound cool, but then once you find out how the game is played, no, it doesn't actually sound all that cool.
Oh, it gets worse. So you collect all this dynamite, and there's these dragons around, right?
Shove it up your butt.
You don't kill the dragons with dynamite.
Oh.
You can only stun the dragons, but you don't stun them with dynamite. You collect radishes, and the dragons love eating radishes so much that if you're carrying a radish and you like give it to a dragon, the dragon just starts eating it, so you can walk past it without getting hit.
What?
Like, you don't even throw radishes Super Mario Brothers 2 style. You just kind of carry a radish, and then once you hit a dragon, you just walk past it.
It's like a fucking sun pass. It's like going through a toll booth. You have a radish in your pocket so you don't get eaten by the dragon?
Pretty much, yeah.
What the fuck? This is insane.
So
where does the dynamite factor into it? Is it just that's just the MacGuffin?
Yeah, that's just the collectible. You don't want your lab to blow up, so you collect all the dynamite.
No, that's terrible.
Everything about this sounds so much like one of my COVID fever dreams.
And you know,
Johnny was popping radishes like crazy in April of 2020.
He was pulling them out of the ground with his butt.
It's so weird to me that, you know, as I'm describing this game and seeing your reactions, that, you know, Rob became the beloved character and not Professor Hector. Like,
well, I mean, who would love Professor Hector? I don't know of the man, but I mean, again, an NES old man. No, he was never gonna make it. I mean, should he reappear? Yes, of course he should. He should be a staple character now in Smash Brothers. He should be an assist trophy. He comes in and he moves through your character holding a radish, or collects all the dynamite on screen and does nothing with it. But no, of course the robot is still quite cool, even though the toy of it sucks ass.
That is one thing that I am sad about myself as a Nintendo fan and collector. Like, I have a Game & Watch system, I have a Power Glove, I have a Virtual Boy, but I don't have a Rob. Like, I need to get a Rob. I have both of his
Power Glove?
I have both of his amiibo, the American version and the Famicom version, but I need an actual Rob. I'm sorry, Jesse, what?
Oh, okay.
You have a Power Glove?
I do have a Power Glove.
Do you have the Power Pad?
I don't have it with me. It's still at my parents' house, but yes, I do have one.
That's how your mom lost all that weight, man. You left the Power Pad at her house, and she was hitting the aerobics on the NES pretty hard. It was good of you to leave that behind, man. Good for her.
You know.
Yeah, good for you. I was gonna say, David, I bet you could probably find a 3D printer and print yourself a fake ass Rob, which I think would be just as good as owning an actual fucking Rob. Like,
John, I don't think you know how collecting works at all. Like, that is absolutely not just as
David
good.
needs to get into 3D printing counterfeitting. Like,
I mean, I could 3D print a Rob and it would probably move faster than an actual Rob.
yes.
Yeah.
And, I'm just saying, like, if you don't feel like fucking actually finding one of these things, you'll get all the same satisfaction from going to a 3D printer and having one made. Like, you don't need to own the actual Rob. It serves no purpose. It can't possibly satisfy you these days, David.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me this before I bought a Virtual Boy?
Right, yeah, jeez. The up and down motion of the Rob arms moves so slow. There's literally no way it could satisfy any of us, especially you, David.
If you sped it up and like tied like a fleshlight to it, do you think?
Well, no. The question is like how fast, and what's the grip strength on those arms?
That's true. It would drop the fleshlight very frequently.
Well, you'd have to hot glue it on or duct tape it or something.
But like, can you increase the grip strength to like vice level? Like, really squeeze it.
We're also talking about moving a fleshlight at this speed.
Oh,
just imagine if your
that's
wife,
good enough, dude.
Sounds great.
just imagine your wife. Your wife comes home and you're sitting on the couch and you've been edging all day with Rob.
You've got a fucking Virtual Boy on, and Rob is jacking you off.
and you're wearing 2 power gloves.
How long have you been here? 8 hours.
You're controlling the Rob with 2 power gloves.
You've got your hand in a power glove on the back of Rob's head.
The power pad is a cape you're wearing, and you're also wearing that stupid. What's that thing with the thing that comes on your eye?
Oh, U-Force.
Yeah, the U-Force,
which I think was technically made by Konami.
Yeah, your wife walks in and she's like, "What's happening?"
She tries to take it from you. You pull the zapper on her until you fucking tear it.
Get away! This is my life.
I'm so close.
And then when you finally climax, you come on one of your amiibo and post a picture of it.
It's in a jar.
God.
Oh God.
So into this. I want to see somebody utilizing. I want to see someone utilizing every 8-bit Nintendo peripheral for these purposes.
Now, would you pull the zapper, or would you use the zapper anally as a dildo?
Oh God!
Well, no. Remember, you pointed at your wife.
Too far.
Oh fuck me! I just realized that's gonna wind up as a stinger on the new radio station.
No, it's not. Who wants to hear you say that? Ew, man! What? What's the implication there? Where's the light sensor for the fucking zapper?
Wait, yeah, does your
the prostate obviously?
Does your anus produce light?
Obviously, use the advantage for your butt.
Yeah, thank you, Jess.
That's true. Yeah,
and thank you for just saying for your butt, not dildo yourself anally, David. God.
Yeah, how else would you dildo yourself?
Too graphic.
I'm not going to be sounding with a fucking light gun.
No, oh God.
David will be.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta delete this thing.
When we get to sounding, that's what we draw the line.
Yeah, it's gone off the rails, man. All this because of Gyromite.
What a legacy!
Gyromite is a weird game. Like it's not a it's not a bad game. It's just made worse the way you were supposed to play it.
Right. Okay, David, final thing before we move on. How do you think Jimmy JJ Walker from What's Happening would feel about Gyromite?
I don't want to quote exactly because I feel like that would be racist if I did an imitation. But
no, don't do that.
I feel like he would say Gyromite is dynamite.
Yeah? That's all he would say? How would he pronounce the name of the game, David?
I refuse.
Just do it, David. It's okay.
We're going to get that out of you for the post show, man. We're editing that into the podcast.
Yeah, one day it's going to happen.
Yeah. Trust me, David, when you least suspect it, you're going to do your Jimmy JJ Walker impression. I'm going to trick you into this one of these days. Johnny, keep it moving.
Game 3.
All right, guys. So, despite canonically being over 500 years old, one of this series' main antagonists is portrayed in this game as having an appearance of a 19-year-old. All right, guys. How you feeling?
Very good.
Good. I just had to check spelling.
Me too, actually.
It's only one letter you could possibly get wrong in spelling this.
It's probably that one letter.
Challenge accepted.
Then obviously I have chosen the wrong game.
Yeah, that's Johnny saying challenge with a K, of course. So David says Fire Emblem Thracia 776, sadly incorrect. Jesse says Elden Ring, still incorrect. And Johnny has the correct answer. It's Mortal Kombat 2.
So in my defense, like every Fire Emblem game has a dragon maiden that's centuries old, but looks like a teenager.
I realize now saying that does sound like a lot of anime. But also this is still a music guessing show, and you should know by that tune that it's probably not Fire Emblem.
Who looks 19 in Mortal Kombat? Because everybody looks like they're in their mid-30s.
Is it Shang Tsung?
It is Shang Tsung.
Yeah, remember he looks all young and stuff.
But he doesn't look 19.
Now there's my problem with fucking apparently at some point in the aftermath in the life cycle of this game, one of the creators, either Boone or Tobias, I can't remember which one, he was given an interview and he said, yeah, Shang Tsung, after the first game, he absorbed a bunch of souls and he now shows up looking like a 19-year-old. I'm like, 19? Like, he still looks like kind of a middle-aged dude.
People aged differently back then, so maybe it's what a 19-year-old would look like 500 years ago.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. You reverted to a 500-year-old, mystical Chinese 19-year-old. And those just so happen to look like dudes in their early 40s wearing funny hats. I mean,
stuff was tough back then, man.
Yeah,
it was tough, real tough.
But yeah, so I mean, that's my only real bone of contention with this is like Shang Tsung on the character select screen does not look like fucking a 19-year-old person at all. He's got like a little mustache and shit. Like, I guess in that way, he kind of
look. When I was in junior high, there were 12-year-old boys with giant mustaches.
That's what
I was gonna say, motherfucker. I had a mustache at 14.
I'm Shang Tsung.
That was gonna be my joke.
I'm gonna take your soul.
The mustache makes him look even younger. He's got the David middle school mustache, so maybe he's like 14.
Hey, sir, welcome to another realm. Can I please take your soul?
Would you like fries with that?
Okay,
you want to be a zombie?
Have we really not used Mortal Kombat 2 before?
Thank you, David. That's a good question. No, we have not used Mortal Kombat 2 in any form for this show.
Okay.
I was as surprised as you were. I was very happy to find it because Shang Tsung is one of my, I don't know. I don't want to say favorites, but like he's a formative villain of my youth. He was cool in the Mortal Kombat games. Mortal Kombat 1, he was just kind of an old man. And I think that's what makes him so cool going forward. It's like, okay, Mortal Kombat 1 establishes Shang Tsung is a really frustrating to fight old ass man. He's like floating around. He looks like a beard and some robes. Okay, that's weird. And he can shapeshift and turn into people. Oh, that's creepy. And then you supposedly beat him. Okay, by Shang Tsung. By Mortal Kombat 2, he's back. And he's got the little middle school mustache. He's starting to absorb more souls and be more evil. Mortal Kombat 3, he's looking like full blown like face paint. Got a bad ponytail going. He can now shoot fireballs up out of the floor. He's got like the sick pose on the fucking versus screen with the hands doing the Thriller thing. He's a good villain. Yeah. He's a cool dude. They kind of lost the thread that he didn't show up in Mortal Kombat 4, and then by the time they got to the 3D ones, Mortal Kombat itself kind of lost the thread. So like Deadly Alliance, he shows up and he's teaming up with fucking what's his face, Quan Chi, and he's just kind of a generic, bad guy at that point. But then they kind of right the ship a couple of years ago with Mortal
Cheetos.
What?
That's probably like my Cheetos. Quan
Chi.
God damn it.
I don't appreciate that interruption whatsoever. Not at all. But they kind of right the ship on Shang Tsung in the last couple of years. I haven't played Mortal Kombat 11 yet, but I know it's got a really great story mode. That's actually kind of become the hallmark of the Mortal Kombat series is good single-player story mode. And they got the guy from the Mortal Kombat movie to do all the acting and the face capture and the voice for the role. And that guy's fucking great. So Shang Tsung, pretty dope.
Yeah, I forgot. I was just gonna say, like, I had to look up Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 2 because I didn't quite remember him. I forgot that he had that weird mustache and the little like kung fu hat. Like,
yeah,
he looks very different in this game.
Yeah, no, his appearance has never been what you might call consistent. He's always changing and evolving. I guess that's kind of in the nature of the character, sucking up souls and changing his form and whatnot. But, the Mortal Kombat 2 Shang Tsung design, I would rate it non-excellent. But like his current Mortal Kombat design, where he's the actor from the Mortal Kombat movie, I would rate fucking superb. So, pretty good, man. I'm glad they're able to do really good stuff with fucking what's that actor's name? Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. That guy's fucking cool, and I don't care if all he does is play Shang Tsung. I know he does other stuff, but like, yeah, you've earned your fucking lifetime of respect from me, baby. Hit him with that. Your soul is mine. That's all you need, baby. That puts you over for a fucking lifetime with me.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so Mortal Kombat 2 itself, dope ass game. Let's just go around the horn real quick. Let's talk about, let's each name a thing that we find dope about Mortal Kombat 2.
Johnny Cage and everything about him.
Well, no, okay. I want more things specific to Mortal Kombat 2, not just Johnny Cage.
Well, because in this one he had new moves, but okay. I remember the whole secret fight with was it Smoke, where the guy pops up says toasty and you gotta hit like down and then something at the right time. I don't remember. There's so many weird secrets in these games. I don't remember how any of them worked. Like,
there are a lot of weird secrets in this game. I know there's the secret Jade fight where like if the toasty guy shows up on the portal stage and you hit up and start, then you get a fight. And it's of no consequence. It doesn't like unlock the character or anything. It's just like a fight. David, what's something dope about Mortal Kombat 2?
This is the game that introduced Kung Lao, who has the fucking like razor hat, which was one of my favorite characters in the series.
Love that hat.
Yeah, he's like Oddjob, but really fucking cool.
And he was cool
Jesse.
in the new movie. Baraka, I've always kind of liked him. I thought, he just had a cool design, those crazy like Venom teeth at the time, had the big Venom smile, and then those fucking giant blades coming out of his arms and just chopping people up. I always thought that was a cool design.
Like Baraka, I always thought was cool, but he wasn't as cool as he could be. Like, I don't know, I can't think of how they used him going forward in the series. I know he's part of like a race of venom toothed, blade armed fucking monster people from Outworld, which is, it's cool, but it sounds like cannon fodder for the better characters in the series. But yeah, when you first see Baraka, it's like, all right, yeah, well, that's way different than the last game. That guy's fucking cool looking. And you can't beat a guy that's got big fucking blades coming out of his arms.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just so fucking cool. So things that I can think of offhand that I remember being cool about this game. There's the level that instead of being the pit, you can do your pit fatality on them and you uppercut them into a ceiling of spikes instead of falling down a pit of spikes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you hold a certain button input, you could make them slide down and then fall off the spikes for an extra, like, fuck you to your opponent, which is very funny. Same thing with the Deadpool level. There's an acid bath that you can uppercut your opponent into, and you can see the skeleton float away. This introduced Jax as a playable character, and I fucking love Jax. Let me tell you something about Jax. He's black and he's got metal arms. Do I need to tell you anything else about Jax? Like,
that sounds pretty good.
Love that fucking character.
Did this one introduce where you could uppercut into other levels, or was that Mortal Kombat 3?
That was 3.
Oh.
That one had the changing levels. This one was still just the basics, but yeah, it did not have the tiered levels. But no, that is a cool feature of 3 as well. I love that. I still love that in current fighting games. I love Tekken when you fucking knock somebody through a floor and you're in a different place. That's dope. I'm trying to think. This introduced Katana and Melina, of course. Instead of just having Sonya in the first game, now you had a couple of ladies. Melina, of course, had the secret Baraka teeth. That was awesome. Katana could fucking cut your head off with a fan, which is very cool. This introduced Shao Kahn, baby. And man, what a pain in the ass he is, but what a cool, like, ultimate villain. Like, I want to talk about guys that are like ultimate badasses. Giant jack motherfucker with like a skull helmet that'll just bash you in the head with a hammer. Like, yeah, that guy. He's all right with me, baby. And there'd be the levels with the stuff in the backgrounds. In the living forest, you could see like jade or smoke peek out from behind the trees from time to time, which was cool. In Shao Kahn's arena, if you're fighting like Kintaro, which is like Super Goro, then like Shao Kahn will be there, and he'll have people like from the first game chained up. Like Sonya's chained up in the arena. That's why she's not in the fucking game. She's been taken captive by Shao Kahn. If you're fighting Shao Kahn, then the throne is empty because Kintaro's dead, which is cool. And then in the pit, the second pit level, just about the best background in the history of video games. You're on one bridge fighting over the pit. In the background, another bridge, another fight taking place between two little characters. You can't quite make them out. The important thing is one of them is on fire the entire fight.
I was going to say, is this the one that had Blaze in the background? Like,
it's just, you're fighting on this stage, and in the background, there's someone, squared up against a person that is straight up on fire the entire time.
That's amazing.
Yep. Cool. Like, do they go out? No. Is the background animated? No, not really. It's just in the background, there's a man on fire and another man not doing anything about it. Probably caused it.
It could be Arlene.
It could be. Rest in peace, Arlene, baby. He fucking God, he burns for a long time, that guy.
I don't remember what Mortal Kombat game it was. Maybe it was Annihilation, but the one that had like every character. They had little vignettes and videos where you could unlock about every character. Yeah. And there was Blaze, the like dude on fire, and like the history of the character and whatnot. And they were talking about like whoever was being interviewed was like, oh yeah, Ed Boon came in. It's like, we need a new character, like blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, didn't we have somebody on fire before? Let's just make that a character.
See, I kind of love that. Like, they were fully willing to just like, either kind of lean into their own lunacy, or in some cases, like acknowledge how fucking weird the series was. Like, oh yeah, the guy in the background, that's a character. He's Blaze. He's always on fire. He wasn't just standing there the whole time, burning to death. The man's always on fire. And now here he is. You can play as him.
It's a very like comic book superhero thing where it's like, oh yeah, in the 60s they introduced this one guy who did this thing, and now 20 years later we're like, oh no, he's actually a very important cosmic figure. Let me explain his backstory.
It's also just fun. They're willing to hang a lampshade on their own weirdness. I mean, like, yeah, that guy's on fire the whole time. He's a character in the game. Fucking Ermac, like, the origin of Ermac. He doesn't show up to Mortal Kombat 3, but he was not supposed to be a character in the game. People fucking like data mined the game at some point. Like they were going looking for secrets this is back in the early 90s. This is the, you must defeat Shenlong kind of days with Street Fighter. People are looking for how you maybe play as Reptile in the first game, and they find, there's something in the code that says Ermac. What's Ermac? Oh, it could be anything. And little did they know that was like a coding line for like error macro. But the fucking the guys were like, well, we got to make this guy a character now, so let's just make him, I don't know, Red Scorpion. And lo and behold, Mortal Kombat 3, Ermac's there, and turns out Ermac, one of the coolest fucking characters in the series. So Mortal Kombat, they're good at this shit, man. They they got their shit together. They just they lean into their own weirdness. Last thing, awesome fatalities in this game. I would say let's go around the horn. Let's see if you guys can remember any Mortal Kombat 2 specific fatalities. Johnny, go.
Oh, nope.
Nope.
I got nothing.
David.
Okay,
instead of going around the horn, I'll say it real quick. This was a response to the criticisms of the first game, because they introduced friendships and babalities, which was very, very funny at the time.
It's still very funny.
David, okay, give me a good Mortal Kombat 2 fatality.
Oh, is this the first game where Liu Kang turned into the dragon and ate you?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yep, that's the best one. Like, Liu Kang turns into a goddamn dragon and bites half your body off. Jesse, you got another one?
Oh, actually, Link posted in the Discord when Melina eats you and spits out all the bones.
Yep. That's a really good one. She like sucks your whole body in and then just like fucking spits out the bones. Like, she must be so good at eating chicken wings. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, she can just suck a whole body dry and like blow out nothing but bones. Like,
okay.
I know someone like that.
I was always a big fan of Jax's fatalities, both of them. One where he just rips your arms off and throws them on the ground and leaves you standing there dead and armless. Very funny.
Too.
The other one where he claps your head off, fucking Ricky-O Story of Ricky style. Like, love that fatality. Just blow up somebody's head with your two fists. Scorpion had a new fatality in this one. He like fucking like gigs you with his spear and like slices your body in half, which is dope. I mean, the fire breath is still the best, but like if you really want to hit somebody with it, fucking slicing their body in half is great. And Reptile, he's playable in this game, and you can eat someone's head with your giant ass tongue.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Yeah,
tongue.
Just fucking shoot your tongue across the stage and eat someone's entire head. Love it. I love everything about this game. It's great. Yeah, they just man, they were onto something here. They leaned into every bit of their weirdness. All the weird secret shit, all the fucking just kind of like half-assed middle fingers to people saying they should censor their games. They had the babalities and the friendships. I love the friendships. They're so stupid. I
was gonna say, since you love Jax, if you haven't seen it, look up the Mortal Kombat 11 Jax friendship, because it's easily the best friendship in the game.
See, yeah, I gotta catch up, man. I only played a little bit of Mortal Kombat 10. I haven't played 11 at all, but I think I need to, because like that game goes on sale constantly. And again, the best part of Mortal Kombat these days is the fucking single player like campaign. So I need to play that. I do. And yeah, nowadays it's like just above and beyond anything they ever could have dreamed of. The fucking, the friendships are great. The fatalities are disgusting. So, it's really good, man. I'm glad the series is still going. It's one of those, guilty as pleasures. I think as a kid, even it's like I think in my life, one of the earliest guilty pleasures that I've ever had. Like, yeah, this is I know I shouldn't be playing this, but I love it. Yeah. My parents hate this, but man, I don't. So, yeah. Mortal Kombat fucking rules. Johnny, let's keep moving.
Game 4.
Okay, let's see here. Where's my shit? Where did I put that trivia? Shit. My bad.
That's not trivia at all.
Thought you were doing a bit for a second.
No,
there,
no,
like
no,
suddenly,
no.
This was supposed to be so recognizable.
No. All right. Yep. There's my trivia. So, get ready to dodge, jump, run, leap, and grab tree stars as you set pace in the most incredible prehistoric 3D race ever.
Fuck.
All right. Who's got some guesses, some answers?
No guesses here, baby. You with that trivia, can't be anything but Elden Ring.
So Jesse says Elden Ring, incorrect. Dave says
Fuck.
Land Before Time, which I think is worth half a point. John's got the full correct answer of the Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure.
They made a Land Before Time, I'm assuming, kart racer?
No, you wish. I wish it was a kart racer.
Where you assume wrong, my friend.
No, this is like Sonic R, like you're just dinosaurs running.
Land Before Time Sonic R. I don't think there is any game that I could want to punch more.
Man, Johnny, it's been too long since we talked about the Grand Land Before Time. I can't say the whole name. It's so long.
It's
the Great
so
Valley Racing
long.
Adventure.
It's such a long title.
You can't make a fucking game with an 8-word title. Just saying. How absurd. Man, for those that aren't familiar, Johnny, do you have it in front of you what month this came out so I can point people to the correct episode of GTT Gems?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually don't have that in front of me. Hold on.
Did you come up with this pick independently of GTT Gems, John? Did this
yeah, somebody jokingly suggested the Land Before Time in our Discord, so I stole that.
What?
I just want to take a very quick moment to interject. John, you said to direct people. I believe you mean patrons to GTT Gems, which anyone can become a patron by visiting patreon.com/GameThatTune.
Thank you, David. Yeah, no, I was going to say you don't need to direct the patrons there. They're there. I need to direct people to become patrons at patreon.com/GameThatTune. Because, yes, if you would like to hear people learn about this for the first time amongst our little group here, go back and listen to Game That Tune Gems from sometime last year. because this game came out at some time in 2001, and what?
Ugh.
Why the fuck, man? Like, this came out on the PlayStation 1 after the PlayStation 2 had launched, and
it really makes you glad dinosaurs went extinct.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those games, man. It brings out the real shitty side in you. Like, I wish nothing but ill on dinosaurs.
Mort just posted a screenshot of what I assume is in game, and I have seen some ugly polygons, and somehow those are amongst the worst I have ever seen.
Oh,
Good
man.
God.
My favorite part is all the races are one-on-one.
Oh God! What?
There is no
scenery.
Yeah, there's absolutely no scenery. There's almost no power-ups.
You could fool me into thinking this does not take place in the Great Valley. The Great Valley, for those that have seen Land Before Time, you know where we're talking about. It's the paradise for these dinosaurs. This beautiful land of untouched beauty, lush greens, sun-kissed fucking trees and shit. The Great Valley and Great Valley Racing Adventure is a series of muddy canyons with no scenery whatsoever.
And dark caves.
Fucking upsetting. And caves, of course.
Dark unlit caves.
What the? Okay, so I'm looking it up. I know Land Before Time continued on for a while. There were 14 movies, 16? A TV series, and 5 albums.
Oh my God! Do we get to hear Littlefoot rap?
Yeah, God. Ice Age Littlefoot. But yeah, no, I didn't. I know they started doing songs after a while because that's what fucking kids' cartoons do to fill time. But man, that fucking sucks.
The final album released in 2016, the best songs from the Land Before Time, featuring songs from Land Before Time 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 14.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So yeah, this game, as far as I could tell, it has no real like offense power-ups. Like there's no banana peels, there's no rockets. You can grab tree stars and that gives you a boost, or there's others that like increase your traction for a limited period of time. And you're just dinosaurs running.
Your traction.
Yeah.
God, that's what thank goodness they increase your traction. I mean, my goodness.
And the art is just horrendous. Like, are there any items to see as you go? Any scenery? Nope. It's just the ground and the wall.
Of course
That's
not.
it. Oh.
So who's the best racer? Who's the best characters in the Land Before Time, the Great Valley Racing Adventure, Johnny? Do you got a tier list for this or something?
Well, it's a pretty short tier list because there's only 4. There's Spike, Spike Ducky, Spike Ducky, Sarah, Littlefoot. So, in no particular
Petrie
order,
gets resigned to flag waving duty.
Petrie's the announcer. He announces every change, like as you overtake somebody, Petrie announces it. / he might be the cameraman. I assume he's flying behind you, and that's how you see what's going on.
Of course, he's Lakitu.
I'm looking this up. Props, because apparently every single character is voiced by Lonnie Manella. So, like, damn, good job.
God, fucking Judy Garland's daughter?
No, you're thinking of Liza Minnelli. This is Lonnie Manella, who was the voice of Rouge the Bat and Ivy Valentine from Soul Calibur. She plays every character.
Awesome.
I had to save on costs somehow.
I was blown away because, like, in order to get composer info, I had to look up a video and watch the credits of the game. And the credits is only like 12 people. Like, not a lot of people were involved in this, which I find insane.
Don Bluth. All Don Bluth.
Don Bluth would be rolling in his grave if he were dead.
I was about to ask, like, wait. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, good. Thank you,
No,
David.
he's still around.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, so fuck, Johnny, I can't believe you came up with this as a pick to not promote old episodes of Game That Tune Gems. That's fascinating. I still haven't found the fucking episode where we talked about this. Now it's starting to feel like maybe I fucking dreamed it. Oh. I just remember being baffled by this because it's so fucking horrendous, and it's like, every company and that had any group of characters, they're like, yeah, we should make a fucking racing game. You had Toy Story Kart Race, you had Muppets Race Mania, you had fucking all these different things, and somehow Land Before Time was like, we can do it too. It's like, well, they can't drive cars. That would just be too much. So we're gonna have to play a PlayStation 1 game of dinosaurs having foot races, which makes no sense because I don't know, Spike isn't gonna win a foot race at any point.
You know what I would love to do is I would love to get a racing wheel and play this game.
Sit there with the pedals and shit and play that in your living room. Oh, God. It's, you should do it, John. That would be a fucking hell of a stream. Fucking full arcade cabinet, Land Before Time.
So yeah, this game's hot trash. And,
yeah. The best kind of hot trash. And I'm gonna find that fucking Game That Tune gems that we fucking posted. Swear to God.
I had to look it up and check because I couldn't remember what Spike was, but Spike was a baby Stegosaurus.
Yeah. So that big fucking dumb, slow moving thing ain't gonna win any foot races. Ducky is gonna win all the fucking races. If we're talking Land Before Time characters, there's no way the other characters win.
Oh,
and really, they should have had Petrie in it. Petrie should have been the fucking the go-to character. It should have been like Diddy Kong Racing. You can do the foot races with Littlefoot and Sarah and Spike. You could do a water race involving Ducky as a hovercraft, or you can have an air race with Petrie, and some of the courses have all three. But no, instead you got muddy fucking canyons and
I love that you just compared an Edmontosaurus to a hovercraft.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Thing.
Makes sense.
It goes in water, does it not?
I mean,
slap some feathers
technically,
on it.
As I recall, they fucking, Ducky swims at some point in the movie. I don't know, man. I haven't seen The Land Before Time since I was 7. So, I don't really know. David, you're the dinosaur guy on this. How come you haven't played this game?
Because it's flaming hot garbage.
Yeah, but still, this seems like kind of thing that would move units of PlayStations. If you didn't own a PlayStation in 2001, you're probably going to buy it to play The Land Before Time.
I like my games like I like my Cheetos, flaming hot.
Oh
yeah.
God.
There's this fresh new GameCube coming out, but I'm not going to get that. I'm going to get a PlayStation for the Land Before Time racing game.
Yeah, and not just the Land Before Time racing game. They make it very clear this does not take place in, say, the time that Littlefoot's mother dies. There's no stage centered around that.
So
it's the Great Valley racing.
Time?
It's the fucking. It's the post. It's the epilogue to the fucking film. It's just so weird.
This game really wraps up all the loose ends of the movie.
Right.
It's the Kingdom Hearts 4 of all the movies.
It doesn't
exactly
take place, when Littlefoot's mother is dying. So there's no racetrack where you're running up her corpse's tail? What?
Sadly, no.
Ugh.
God,
there should be.
Is there where you race from Comet?
I'd play that
final
too.
stage?
Those could be secret
I
stages.
keep losing.
Worse than the Whiz Pig race and fucking Diddy Kong Racing. The Comet just always wins.
It's like that episode of Dinosaurs.
But yeah, man, it would be cool if there were a race involving, say, I don't know, Sharp Tooth fucking with you, eating you as you try to race. That's a big hazard, that dinosaur that's trying to kill you the whole movie. But nope, it's none of that. I finally found it. Game That Tune Gems, May 2021. That's when we fucking talked about this game. And yes, it's
kind of old.
Bafflingly hot trash. Yeah, May of last year, almost a year ago now. Kind of an old episode of Game That Tune Gems. Jesus. So yeah, Johnny, the oldness in this case, despite the fact that you're playing as child dinosaurs, the old is the millions and millions of years ago setting.
Yes.
Because what is older than the land literally before time?
I guess technically everything, because
yeah, that's true. This really isn't an accurately named franchise.
Right. It's outside of the the human constraint of time.
Which means, does it actually age? If it's not within the realm of time, does it age, and therefore can it become old?
Johnny, you better be careful, my friend. You might be on the verge of a game over for choosing something that's theoretically timeless.
Yeah. I think we're really over-analyzing the shitty dinosaur running game.
Well, okay, and I don't know how the cutscenes are in this game.
Those turn the game around.
But I only saw the first Land Before Time enough times to remember it.
Yep.
I saw the second one maybe at some point when I was a kid because it's like, sequel. But then they made 14 other ones, and no. But who is Littlefoot being reunited with in the Great Valley since he's an orphan? His grandparents, those two kindly old brontosauri. So somewhere in this game, there's some olds. There's some old dinosaurs in this game. Some sweet old, it's an old brontosaurus lay there like a nest full of Werthers. What? Like, hey, Littlefoot, come on over, man.
Come on, comfortable.
The brontosaurus's nest. I don't know.
That's a nest made of Werthers.
It's real sticky.
Yeah. Right. Can't find my grandpa. Oh, you mean the only old man here, the old brontosaurus in the sticky butterscotch nest.
Yeah. He can't move. He's stuck to it. It rained last night.
Actually, needs some help.
Jurassic Park. They Jurassic Park. They find a mosquito encased in amber. Only discovers Werther's original.
It's an amber wrapped in a Werther's wrapper.
We found a mosquito.
Oh God, man, Johnny, what a pick! Thank you for bringing this back on the show. It's been almost a year since we've talked about this wacky ass shit. And it feels good to talk about it for more than just a couple of minutes. You guys should check out Game That Tune Gems on Patreon. We have a lot of fun talking about games that came out 30, 20, and 10 years ago, including oddballs like this fucking game. But this game's better served by us being able to trash it for a good 15 minutes. Jesus Christ. What a fucking game. So, Johnny, where does this rank on your tiered list of racing games based on movies and media franchises that came out on the PlayStation 1?
That's a pretty good question because I don't have a list here in front of me, but I'm going to put this just, I can't even name another racing game off the top of my head, but this is still at the bottom.
It makes sense. You know why? No karts.
Yeah.
Listen, we're simple men with simple tastes. The things that race, they need to be karts. That's what we were looking for. None of this foot race shit. So, oh man. Yeah. Last thing. Do you think this game would be more successful if it supported the power pad?
If you had actually run on the power pad, yes.
Yeah, if you had do the stepping.
Absolutely.
If you could hook up the NES power pad to a PlayStation 1.
Guys, we all would have rolled into high school so fucking shredded. We would have been so fit from fucking Land Before Time, Great Valley Racing Adventure. We would have gotten so much pussy.
I was imagining,
damn, you guys are all just shredded. What happened to you? It's like,
Land Before Time, baby.
Spike Main, baby.
Hey, girl, I play Land Before Time, Adventure, Great Valley Racing, whatever bullshit title this is.
That's it. That's
I'm sorry. Let me remove my panties now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be like Ducky Girl. I'm gonna swim all up in them guts.
Oh my god.
Game 5.
What Ducky does.
Plesiosaur.
All right, guys. So, trivia for this game. This game features several updates to the original game, not only graphically, also 2 new levels were added to the game. The game's previous existing levels feature additional tasks that need to be completed. The game features 4 difficulty settings, and some would say most importantly, the game features full voice acting. How you guys feeling?
Oh, very good.
I'm feeling very good.
Praise the sun.
Here it comes. Jesse, I want to see your answer first. Oh, Jesse changed his answer. He says, dog? Sadly incorrect. Johnny and David both have the correct answer. This is DuckTales Remastered.
Woohoo.
Dare I say it, woo. You know, act like I'm not fucking steering the ship. Jeez. You guys got to let the woohoo, breathe a little bit before you just deploy the woohoo. So, David, you played that DuckTales Remastered?
I have. This game's dope.
Yeah, thought you might have played it. Something about a DuckTales game done by Way Forward said David to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They
really made Scrooge
seemed like
sexy.
Yes. That was the key thing, is really sexing up that duck.
I have a multitude of questions.
They changed the Scrooge design. Instead of being the old Scottish man, now he was the hot, like, Elvira looking chick with the black wig and the the kind of sassy pose.
No, you're thinking of Magica Dispel. That's from wait, no, shit. Was Magica Dispel from DuckTales, or was that the one in Darkwing Duck?
No, she's in DuckTales.
Okay.
I mean, she could be in both.
Who was the one in
Darkwing at this point Duck? They cross over. I haven't watched much of that. Here's a sad report from my Disney Plus watching household. My son, nearly 4 years old, does not like DuckTales.
Oh no!
Morgana, that was the one in Darkwing Duck. Sorry.
A little disappointed, man. I got to work on him watching the DuckTales. He's almost into the Rescue Rangers. But here's something. I don't know if you guys remember about Rescue Rangers. It's fucking annoying. Like really tough to watch levels of annoying. So I keep trying to get him into DuckTales. He doesn't like it. But that's beside the point because we're talking DuckTales Remastered. It came out way before my son was even a little gleam in my eye. This pretty great looking, fun playing just update to the DuckTales game that came out in 2013. Way forward, making fucking slick DuckTales remake. I dig it. The old character, of course, in this game is Scrooge, and I realized as I was playing this, or not playing this, but getting ready for this episode, a question: is Scrooge actually like canonically old, or is he just Scottish?
No, he's old.
Okay, that he has a cane, I guess. That's the indicator. That's the oldness indicator.
Like he's old but spry, but like at least
there it is.
In the original like Carl Banks comics, like Scrooge emigrated to the United States in like the 1910s, but those comics were written in like the 60s.
Right.
So he wasn't as old. He was only in his 50s and not like 100.
Right. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the thing. I guess I hadn't considered the cane of it all. But it's like, that guy's bouncing all over the place and kind of fucking dudes up, and he's the protagonist of this game. He doesn't really read as particularly old, and I realized I was just like, yeah, he does a funny accent. He wears a hat. Maybe it's just Scottish. Sounds old. But no, he bounces around on a cane.
I bet Johnny could do a real good Scrooge impression.
I think he could, man. Johnny, let's just set up a scene.
All right.
You've just arrived home from a globetrotting adventure with your 3 nephews. You've dumped them back on their father, Donald, I guess.
Yep.
And you just want to live the life of unattached, bachelor, childless. You want to dive into a giant basement filled with money. All right, Johnny, you're the character.
All right.
What do you say? In your inner monologue as you're approaching that basement full of coins.
Oi! Can't wait to dive into this fucking river of coins.
I can't believe it, guys.
Your Scottish
Can we
accent.
start the calculating computer, please?
Oh, God, yeah. I would love nothing more than to call it now.
Your Scottish accent is literally you saying, "ugh," and then speaking in your normal voice. And somehow your Irish accent is even worse.
No, that was my Scottish accent.
I thought you were just
going
like Cockney because you said "oi."
Yeah,
and I was
thought it was a little Australian thing. It's not Crocodile Dundee, Johnny. It's fucking DuckTales.
I honestly don't think that was Johnny imitating Crocodile Dundee, because I'll put $10 down now that Johnny has never seen Crocodile Dundee.
You would be correct.
Thank you.
That's not a knife.
Right. Well, we'll see you on the next movie poll.
Boy.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, we're doing Crocodile Dundee. Transphobia and all, baby. But yeah, fucking man, DuckTales. What a game. David, as much as I would really just love to move on to the calculating computer after Johnny's horrendous accent. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of the guy to lead this segment a little bit. This is, it's not a game that I picked. This is our fan request. Shout out to Mork. Fantastic fan request. Thank you, Mork. Patreon absurd fan Mork.
Yay,
for
Mork.
This request.
No,
David, you played this remaster then?
I have. This is definitely a very fun game. Like it still keeps the fundamentals of the NES version, but like you said, it does add a lot to it. Like in the NES game, if I remember, you just kind of start with the level select and you kind of choose where you go to. But this has kind of like a Mega Man X introductory level where you're like exploring Scrooge's castle or Scrooge's manor while the Beagle Boys are invading. So you kind of have that semi-tutorial section.
Now, it would be kind of dope if it was literally the Mega Man X intro where you're fucking going down a highway being destroyed by robots as Scrooge McDuck.
I mean,
that's all Beagle robots.
No, I think if you literally just put Scrooge McDuck into Mega Man X, that would work just as well.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
God, he would fuck Sigma up.
But one thing,
Mega McDuck X.
Speaking with the theme of like old and whatnot,
Mega Man,
calculating computer activated.
We're out of here.
Just speaking with the theme of like old, I remember talking to a friend of mine when this game came out because they added voice acting and they got the original cast back. So you had June Foray, you got Alan Young and whatnot. And my friend was talking about like, yeah, it was really good, but you know, Scrooge just sounded tired and everything. It's like, well, dude, Alan Young was 95 at the time. Like, yeah, he's fucking tired.
Yeah, no, okay, that's a whole different layer of old that I hadn't considered. Because June Foray died just a couple of years ago at an age over 100. Like, she
was still working at that time.
Yeah, she fucking recorded new DuckTales dialogue in 2013. She was recording like Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons for the Nazis back in World War II. Like, that woman had been around.
I don't think it was specifically for the Nazis. Maybe the Nazis enjoyed them, but
the point is she's old.
Going back and listening to those Nazis talking about those Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons, like, Fritz.
Yeah. Oh man, what's the matter you? But yeah, man, I'm sad to say I have not yet played DuckTales Remastered. It was one of those things that you blink twice and all of a sudden a game came out fucking 9 years ago. Like, how did I lose track of this game for all this time? Like, I realized now it's like, yeah, but our chat's saying like, oh, I love this game, but it's stuck on my Wii U. It's like, oh fuck, you're right. This did come out in the Wii U era. Like,
I was gonna say, it's like,
I
blink in this
I
game,
want to have played this by now, but
it's like, how do you blink and like this game is 9 years old? It's like, well, it came out on the Wii U. It was very easy to forget this on the Wii U.
Right. Maybe there was some internal monologue I was having at the time that was saying like, don't buy this game on the Wii U because you'll never port it forward to the Switch. That hasn't been announced yet. But like, this system's not succeeding, John. Don't buy downloadable games for it. But I don't think that was a factor. I think I just fucking forgot to get it. But I didn't play much of the original NES DuckTales. I'm aware of its legendary status in the video game music community and in the Disney NES canon, but it's not one of my games. So I thought, it'd be fun to experience it for the first time playing this. Still haven't bought it. I definitely need to. Like, I need to keep an eye out for a sale because this has got to be in like the Switch eShop for $4 every couple of weeks at this point. Like, there's no reason not to play DuckTales Remastered. Like, great looking cartoon sprites, fucking old people voice acting where you can literally hear the teeth clack and the dentures just falling out of their mouths as they try to get through it. And, just a classic, update to a classic Capcom platformer. Like, I'm into it. I want to play it.
I will say, and this isn't related to DuckTales Remastered, but the DuckTales remastering, like the cartoon update, like when they first announced that, it's like, you can't possibly replace Alan Young. Like, absolutely not. And then they said, oh yeah, we're casting David Tennant as Scrooge. Like, oh, that works perfectly. Like, all right, I'm sold.
Right, fine, yeah. Bury Alan Young.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, well, your
Alan
purpose
Old
has been served, sir. Yes. What an ironically named man you are.
Yeah, you're dead.
All right, can I go to the calculating computer now?
I mean, I suppose you could. We love you. Wait, real quick. Is Alan Young actually dead, or is he still alive now, David?
No, he died in 2016.
Yeah.
If I recall, he died shortly after this game was released.
Johnny, what were his last words?
That was
Watch this. I don't know. I got nothing.
You're Scottish, John.
Oh.
I believe he was Canadian, actually.
His last words were,
What?
the name's Bond. James Bond.
Did he really dive into a thing of watch this? Slaps.
Yes. His last words were, watch this. He was 95 years old and tried to jump the Grand Canyon.
No, I was saying that he does a Scrooge TikTok.
I do love the idea that he, at some point in his life, was able to swim in a fucking safe full of coins. But as you get older, his bones just couldn't take it. He just, Mr. Burns his way onto the top of the coins. Like he couldn't penetrate them anymore.
The chat wins.
Poor old man.
The chat wins. His last words were dildo yourself anally.
No! That's edited out!
Calculating computer activated. Computers beeped. Boops. Damn it, Johnny! Score complete! Damn it, Johnny!
Oh.
This game's winner is John Regan.
Well, that works, man. Shit. Now I'm sad
Damn
because
it,
somebody else is
Johnny!
dead.
Damn it, Johnny!
That's amazing.
Well, that's staying on the soundboard now and forever. Man.
Forever.
Yeah.
Fucking rest in power. Rest in power, Gilbert Gottfried.
We
GG,
Shang
Gilbert.
Tsunged him.
Man, I wish Gilbert Gottfried had the ability to Shang Tsung himself. I would gladly sacrifice someone else's kids.
I can never reach.
This is going to sound weird, but
Oh,
maybe,
yes, you can do
maybe
it.
Gilbert Gottfried did Shang Tsung people because he absorbed souls. He was a very good impressionist. Like his Bela Lugosi, his Jerry Seinfeld, he was a really good imitator.
Right.
He doesn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And now one final question with regards to Gilbert Gottfried. Do you think it's true that Richard Pryor fucked Marlon Brando in the ass?
Yes.
Of course.
I don't understand what that has to do with Gilbert Gottfried.
He asked that at the end of almost every one of his podcasts.
Oh, okay.
He fucking, Gilbert Gottfried, king of running a joke into the ground, would be doing these like really good conversations with comedians and actors, and they'd be like, "One final question: do you think it's true that Richard Pryor fucked Marlon Brando in the ass?" And it's just a perfect capper to a fucking episode. Much like this is a perfect capper to this episode. So, Johnny, congratulations. You fucked Marlon Brando in the ass. We've made it to the end of the episode. And you get to pick the theme for our next episode.
Well, I actually don't, because next episode is going to be episode 286. And according to our GTT bylaws, every 26 episodes, we have to do a redo episode.
Oh, we do. Cool. Well, Johnny, what a time it went for you. No theme for you, motherfucker.
It's almost
right.
as if this was planned.
Man.
Our 11th redo episode.
Yeah, I was going to say 286, our 11th redo. What a fucking show. Man. So, yes, as Johnny said, every 26 episodes, we get the chance to revisit games that we previously used on the show. We'll probably open up those rules here pretty soon. We're hitting time in this show's life cycle where we really should be able to reuse a game.
I can't wait next week when I get to reuse The Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure.
Oh, not so fast, my friend. I know there's not enough songs on that soundtrack to use it twice. So, you're going to have to think of something else there, Johnny. But yes, next week, Game That Tune revisits episodes or games from previous episodes of Game That Tune. Fantastic. We always love doing a redo. Take another look at some of our previous picks. It's always a very special episode. So, yeah, that's going to be a good one. Congratulations, Johnny, on that win. And congratulations everybody for watching live with us. Thank you if you're watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. Thank you to everybody listening in podcast form. Our podcasts arrive on Tuesday mornings. We're at GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. We appreciate you guys listening, subscribing, all that stuff. Thank you, everybody, checking out Patreon, patreon.com/GameThatTune. We've got our awesome exclusives over there. We've got Game That Tune gems. We've got Covered Up. We've got mixtapes. And you help us keep the lights on at our 24/7 video game music live stream, which, unlike Gilbert Gottfried and the guy that played Scrooge McDuck, is not dead. It continues to live on. It's radio.gamethattune.com. Twitch tried to kill us. We're still going, baby. So check out Game That Tune Radio, radio.gamethattune.com now and forever. Special shout out to our absurd fans on Patreon. We love you guys. Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Taylor Y, Sam L, Mork, Tasty, Gremory, Phoenix Tier 2121, Unsaddled Zebra, and Akadar, a fantastic group of patrons at patreon.com/GameThatTune. Shout out to Mork for Mork's request. What a request it was. He made his request in our Discord. That's the best place to do it. Or you can find us, you can hit us up via email with your request, gamethattune@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at gamethattune. Best way to interact with us, come to Discord. We love you guys. Come hang out with us. Talk video games, talk music, make requests. And that's going to do it for the show tonight, guys. Johnny, it's your win. It's your night. You've got the bonus tunes. I was going to say, this just doesn't happen very often, so I've forgotten. I feel like I'm bracing myself for something here. So, Johnny, just hit me. What do you got for the bonus tunes tonight?
Well, since it's a redo episode, I figured I would pick a redo of music, aka a cover. And today's taping is April 13th, 2022. It's the 30th anniversary of the release of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past in the United States.
All right, now we're talking.
So I've got the Neskimos covering Zelda Dark World from Link to the Past, recorded live at Backstreets in 2007. This isn't the live tapings with like the camcorder. This is where I plugged it in the soundboard, so it sounds okay. It does not sound like absolute mess.
Still gonna put my headphones off in anticipation of what this sounds like, but yes,
I'm glad that it sounds okay.
We'll see how this goes. Happy 30th anniversary, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and peace out, everybody. Weird West is copyright 2022 Wolfeye Studios. Gyromite is copyright 1985 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Mortal Kombat 2 is copyright 1993 Midway Games Incorporated. The Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure is copyright 2001 Universal Studios and U-Drive Productions Incorporated. DuckTales Remastered is copyright 2013 Way Forward Technologies.